Welcome.
Hello.
Time for another We're Not Prepared for This podcast.
Weekly update with Ashley and Jennifer. I've been very busy lately, so I have had no plan. Oh, I lied. There was
What?
something that came in my inbox that I was like, oh, this is fun. We could talk about this.
So far, we want to talk about things that are happening on the internet, just in general, because Ashley doesn't
Go on the internet.
do the internet, allegedly.
I honestly don't. I get newsletters from people, and I go on Substack
Okay.
and Pinterest sometimes, and that's it. But,
Okay.
I don't do anything. I want blogs to come back. I'd be really into blogs if those were a thing.
I think blogs are.
Oh, this is what came across. Gen X films that should never be remade.
Okay.
We could talk about that. I thought that looked good.
Okay.
What else am I missing on the internet?
Well, I was trying to explain that there's a bunch of Chinese influencers or content creators that have gone and pulled the rug out from the whole fancy purse and fancy clothes industry.
What is a fancy purse and fancy clothes?
It's like like the expensive purses and stuff like that.
Like Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, Hermes.
Okay.
Hermes was mentioned specifically. I don't know if Louis Vuitton was, but
I
basically
think those are okay.
they make those whatever $5,000 or more purses, but they make them in China.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the same place.
Little Chinese hands.
And then they send them over to.
That was racist. I'm sorry.
She would never have apologized 3 months ago. So
I have little hands too.
We're progressing.
I'd be good at making a purse.
Well,
maybe.
So they take them, they ship them, they make everything. They can make any quality of item in China. They're just good at all this.
So these wealthy people,
they send them back to Italy or whatever or France to put the logo on, and that's it.
The numbers. Yeah.
And so what these influencers are doing is they're just like, you want a Louis Vuitton purse? We're making it for you. And even with 100% tariff, it's going to be thousands less than what you would pay if you bought it from the actual manufacturer, from the brand, whatever. So like Lululemon and so on, they're like, you can get some Lululemon pants, same exact thing, just no logo on it, made in the same factory, same thing, for $6. And we'll ship it to you. So what happened was they threatened to and appear to have done the thing where they no longer respect intellectual property law for the United States. So you couldn't have in the past done some of the things that they're doing now because there was laws to protect them. And now China has said, you know what? Too bad, America. We're not going to do that. So if Tesla had something proprietary that would make their electric cars better that they couldn't use before because it would have technically legally belonged to Tesla,
Who got rid of these laws?
China just decided to not
honor them
intellectual property laws from the United States. And so that opened up. They're saying, listen, America, if you want to buy these products, you want a pair of $6 Lululemon pants, even if it gets there and you're 100% tariff, you're paying $12 for your Lululemon pants instead of $100.
Or it's a 200% tariff or $145 or whatever.
It's still
$20.
A lot less than you would pay for that from the actual.
I would buy so many Lululemon booty shorts at $20.
You can literally now do that because
How?
they don't care. It's a.
Where do I go to do this?
Oh, I didn't write down. See, I knew if we just hopped into it, I wouldn't have the information. But if you look, there's a bunch of different just online shop, not Temu, but other little shops that you can go and buy the stuff. So
have you ever bought anything from Temu?
No, but they have all these influencers, whatever you want to call them, creators or whatever.
American creators.
Chinese creators.
creators.
They're like, hey, America, you want to buy this? You want some Lululemon pants? You want a Hermes bag?
That.
And they're like, it's $12. We'll send it to you. Might not have the little logo thing on it.
Shipping's got to be expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, not for like a pair of spandex.
I mean,
but
I think you can expect shipping to be slow. And you may not get it. I don't know because
I don't know.
My
husband was sucked into getting one of those stupid things on an ad that popped up on his Instagram. And it was straight from China.
Yeah.
It was so funny. And it got there pretty fast. They were like lady pants. It was like supposed to be a lounge set, like a sweat set.
Mm-hmm.
They came in and they were like flared leg lady pants.
I bet he looked great in them.
He does have the ass for it.
But I mean, they
got there in like a week.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying with what's happening and the changes that have happened, they have to apply the tariffs and they have to process everything. So there's going to be a time and potentially something that slows down. But the main thing was they were bypassing manufacturers. They said, you know who's ripping you off? These brands, not us. So we're going to sell you their shit for, pennies on the dollar because that's what we make it for. So the way that China...
I want to order something. Should we order something?
We could try it. I just have to find one of the 8 billion content creators from China. They give you a bunch of different URLs you can buy it from. So, and they tell you specifically depending on what the product is. So
what would you buy for cheap that you wouldn't pay full price for?
I don't know. I mean, right now, I don't have an interest in buying anything. I'm not going to buy them from there because, the flared leg lady pants or whatever aren't for me.
And you're not a purse person.
I'm not a purse person.
There's probably like cosmetics.
I don't know if they're making the cosmetics there or not. But
I'm just curious to see if people are... How many people are going to do this?
I don't know, but I think it's fine if we want to usurp that system. I'm great with it. Let's do it. Let's bypass these brands.
I actually would like things better if they didn't have the brand on them.
You know what? 100% true for a lot of people. So, I think
unless they're my shoes.
You want?
I like to be a little bit like
Vans on there or something.
that is what I wear the most of. But no, like if I was gonna buy like my nice basketball shoes or whatever.
Okay.
Or like if I could afford fancy.
You could get a pair of Nikes for $12 or something like that are $150. You get them for like 12 plus your tariff and the shipping, which doesn't have to be a lot. I don't know. Again, I'm not endorsing it because I haven't tried it and I don't know if everything shows up that's supposed
insane.
To. But that's one of the big things that came out this week. And wouldn't it be nice if we just...
I said earlier to my business partner this week, I said, I'm on Team China.
Yeah.
When it comes to these tariffs, I'm 100% on Team China. And it's not like I'm pro-China. Not like I'm pro-communist. I'm pro all the things that they do to all sorts of people, including the workers that are making this shit for pennies on like, I'm not into any of that. But what's the saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah.
Well,
for the time being, that's how I'm feeling about that. So I'm going to order something, not on Temu, but whenever you send me to, and then I'll
find you one.
I'll update.
They pop up all the time, but
if it comes in and if it's like cheapy or not cheapy.
Yeah, I'll try to find that Lululemon link. I think I might have sent it to Beep the other day. Just kidding.
Ooh!
I did a beep. That's me beeping.
Beep.
But the thing with China, like, if you look at what China looks like now compared to even 10 or 15 years ago.
Yep.
I mean, they now have a electric car that can charge to full charge or 80% charge, I'm not sure, in the amount of time it takes you to fill up a tank of gas.
Yeah, their electric car game is on point. It's like kicking our technology's ass.
So much of their technology is kicking our ass. I don't know that everybody in America wants to adopt as much technology as they have. But the technology that we might use is more advanced there.
If you don't think like we're already a surveillance state, though, you're not.
Oh, I'm talking about like
AI and
AI and like shopping and having something tell me what I want and stuff like that. I don't know if I want that or not. But not. I mean, I know there's surveillance. I know there's negative things about being there. I know one of the big fears of 1 or 2 or 3 of my friends is that we'll create a digital currency in the United States where, would change everything over to digital, and then there'll be like a rule where you can't buy beef you can't spend more than $17 on beef or something like that in a week or whatever, where they would actually control what you spend and buy. So, and
beef was a really weird thing to bring up to me.
Beef, well, you don't care about beef. This girl does. You're like, girl, I can save my beef money. But gasoline and stuff like that, it's as a form of control, whatever it might be. Like you can't buy birth control or you can't buy, Nikes. If they had full control of every dollar that the American people spent, it would not be something favorable.
Well, I don't want to talk about this digital currency being controlled. That's like too deep for me right now. I'm too tired. Let's stay with like cheap name brand purses.
Well, I think
that was a thing that
China learned from us. We took a lot of our IP there so that they could build stuff for us cheaper. And now they've learned and they're better than us. They're going to be better than us. And I do,
and now that there's the internet and they can just be like, well, hey, here, buy this here. Fuck you.
Yep.
America. Fuck you, stores.
To all of the brands all the companies that have been gouging us forever, as we all knew.
Yeah. But if I could get some cheap Air Jordans, I'm not going to lie. Air Force Ones, hook me up.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you can get there. You're probably about a week late to the party on some of the best stuff, and I would imagine.
But that new stuff, like they're having new stuff come out, right?
Yeah, I wonder what the companies or manufacturers, I'm calling them manufacturers, but the people who make the product are actually these Chinese,
companies.
I don't the
No,
brand.
Nike.
The manufacturer is Nike. They're just using Chinese people to make.
What is that called? What is it called? A factory. They're factories.
Their factories are there.
Yeah.
Their plants, their factories. And so I don't know how much longer this will go on.
I don't have any more room for shoes, actually. I'm trying to stay minimal.
Room for shoes.
Minimal.
But
have you started watching Friends and Neighbors?
I haven't.
Okay, you should, because it sort of like gives you, like, it's all these vibes that you're talking about right now. The first episode of like rich assholes.
Okay.
And why do we put up with rich assholes in America? Why do we idolize rich assholes?
I don't know.
So
the money and
but I just
sphere.
I watch that and I go, oh my God, I am poor. I am so poor. And I am not a poor person, but when it comes to how many shoes a bitch can have,
they have a lot of shoes.
They have lots. Rich ladies have got lots of shoes and lots of jewelry and lots of watches and lots of everything.
I'm planning to start watching that show Years and Years.
Which one?
It was a BBC show that came out in 2019, and it takes place, I think it starts in 2016 or something, 2017, and then it goes every 7 years for each episode. It's like a progression, so you kind of see into the future.
7 years? Like, is it just the same characters the whole time?
It's fictional, obviously, because you can't go in the future. But yeah, it's the same characters. It's the same family, and you're following these people.
I knew that, Jen. You thought...
I don't know what you thought. I want to make sure I made sense.
Everyone listening.
It's not real.
Is it the BBC one, or this is a new one that's been
it's the same.
done, Americanized?
I have a clip if you want to hear it.
Oh, it's on Max? No. Then I'll watch it. It'll be good.
You will?
Are you watching Hacks yet?
I watched
I haven't started yet.
I thought the first episode was a little slow to get going, and then the second one I was like, okay, all right. I think I watched 2.
Okay.
And I watched one of the Handmaid's Tales, and I watched...
I can't do that.
Yeah, I get
right
it.
now. It's too much. But what's the show called? Years and Years.
Years and Years.
Woman. £1 t-shirt.
She's paying the clip even if I tell her I don't want her to play the clip.
We can't resist it.
And
every single one of us.
Oh, see, no, it's still British.
It's British, yeah. No, it's the same show.
We see a t-shirt that costs £1 and we think, oh, that's a bargain. I love that. And we buy it. Not for best, heaven forfend, but nice little t-shirt for the winter to go on in it. And we buy into that system for life. I saw it all going wrong when it began in the supermarkets, when they replaced all the women on the till with those automated checkouts.
No, that's not our fault. I hate those things. I always have.
They drive me mad.
Yes, but you didn't do anything, did you? 20 years ago, when they first popped up, did you walk out? Did you write letters of complaint? Did you shop elsewhere? No. You huffed and you puffed and you put up with it.
So it kind of follows it's like a little Black Mirror, but like a family, and there's a little bit more of a story to it. And
well, I love that lady. I love that old lady.
Yeah, I do too. But
I like how she said a cute little t-shirt for the winter.
For $1. That's all you want, £1. But I think that's fair to say. And then it shows what could happen in the future. It's just thoughtful. So it's years and years. And I watched it a long time ago, and I was like in 2019, I think. And I thought, oh, I wonder how right that show was about predicting the future. And now they've released it again, so I can watch it. But I haven't started it again yet.
Okay. So what else is happening on the internet? Minecraft did good, right? At the movies? That was like 2 weeks ago, maybe? I don't even know.
You've heard about all of the melees and stuff going on at the screenings?
No.
Or whatever. Yeah, there's a scene where everybody, maybe a little bit like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but for kids.
Oh, fun.
So there's one scene where they take all the popcorn and throw it everywhere, and some people have been arrested.
For throwing popcorn?
For meleeing. I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's been stories about that.
Weird. We might go see it.
Okay. And we'll just be ready. Bring a gun.
It's that out of control?
I mean,
I doubt it.
well, it is what it is.
This is going to be teens and preteens.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What about the thing I said we should talk about Gen X films that should never be remade? Even though I heard a rumor that one of these was going to be remade.
Okay. Can I show you one more thing?
Okay.
And then we'll reintroduce that, because this was news to me. That's how they have babies.
She just showed me a panda giving birth. It just shot out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Literally.
The panda.
What? Hold on.
The panda just shoots out a baby.
Oh my God. Why is her...
I don't even know, but whatever. I don't know very much about their... Pretty cool. But again, this is something that my bestie could have replied to and didn't. Like this.
Oh. Whoo! Okay, everyone, look up panda giving birth, because that shit is hilarious. If you are having a bad day,
yeah,
I was having a bad day, and now I am so happy. Woo!
I wish people had babies like that, because it just come out so much faster.
Like,
they shoot them out like,
and it's just onto cement.
Well, yeah, that's where she's living, I guess.
That poor little thing. Yeah, like that is traumatic.
You have to watch
I'm
that.
surprised they aren't hurt.
Well,
with their soft little baby bodies. I mean,
they're
I don't
just
know
kinda
how
rubbery.
how big is a panda
I mean, they're big.
cub?
Oh, I don't know. Like,
A newborn panda. Ask the internet. How much does a newborn panda weigh?
I'm going to say that's maybe 1.5 pounds.
No way. Look how big that friggin' panda is.
Yeah, but that's a little.
1.5 pounds.
What, maybe 3 pounds? That's a
I don't
tiny
know.
little thing.
I'm guessing
It's made of rubber.
10 pounds. I'm guessing a 10-pound panda baby.
I doubt it.
An adult panda weighs a lot.
Panda
Like
babies.
thousands, right?
I don't know.
Newborn panda cub weight. That's what we're going to put in Google.
Newborn.
We're putting that in our search engine.
No,
What?
that can't be right.
What's it say?
AI is stupid. Okay. Newborn giant panda cubs, assuming this is a giant panda,
Yeah.
weigh 3 to 5 ounces or 100 grams. They're about the
What?
size of a stick of butter.
What?
They're significantly smaller than their mothers, who can weigh hundreds of pounds. Why are baby pandas born so tiny?
Ounces?
That's from Duke, and we're not going to look at that.
It's not even a pound?
Oh, should we put Natalie on the air? She's calling.
That's insane. Okay.
Let's see.
Well, shit. I don't know how that thing survives. I would think that it would be brain dead after that.
Natalie, we're at the podcast doing podcasting.
It's so difficult to be friends with you.
Get over it.
Get over it. I don't know if you can hear her, but
If you had to guess how much a baby panda, like brand new out the gate, weighs, what would you guess?
Ways?
Yeah.
Ooh. Gosh. 90.
90 pounds?
No, I guess it's kind of big. I've never seen a bug that are tiny. Well, let me think about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Like right out of birth?
Yeah. Right out of the panda birth canal.
They actually shoot them out of the canal. It's quite
Shoot.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me think. Maybe 10 pounds?
They weigh less than a stick of butter.
Because they're sort of rubbery, I think.
Oh,
I'll send you a video.
okay. Yeah.
Is your mind blown?
If what? My
Is your-
mind. Oh, yeah. It's absolutely, yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, that's our deep thoughts for the day.
Okay.
That's
Well,
right.
you have fun. I'm going to have some lamb, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okie doke. Look at that panda.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I did not know. Oh, man. Pandas are fucking awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Gen X movies.
Okay.
Which I don't like. These are like movies that I would not think are Gen X movies necessarily.
They're probably like 90s. They don't know the difference between
No. Some of them I do and some of them I don't.
Gen X is just lost. We're either millennials or boomers to everybody else.
Okay, number 1 is Breakfast Club.
Yep.
I agree. You don't remake that.
Do they think so, Mike? Is it because it's problematic, or is it because we shouldn't make them because that's the best and we should never remake it?
That it sort of captures a moment in time that can't be recreated to be a modern thing,
Okay.
right? Like,
Yeah. Only fits that era.
yeah.
Okay.
Because kids, you get detention on a Sunday now. What are you going to do? You're all going to sit around on your phone. And
Yeah. Well, they could try to take them from you.
even then, though, like, what, kids talk to each other now? That's not going to happen. And like there aren't the classes of people, it would just, plus there's all sorts of things in there that aren't necessarily politically correct. I don't think that one's as bad though.
Well, yeah, I watched it not too long ago, and there was a couple things where I was like, but for the most part,
You have the jock and the pretty girl and the
Yeah.
weirdo and the outcast. Like,
Yeah,
now
they
they'd
don't-
have to be other things that would be boring to watch.
yeah,
You'd still have the jock and you'd still have the pretty girl and
Yeah.
the artsy weirdo.
yeah. And the nerd?
I feel like there's lots of nerds now. I think most kids are nerds. Like, this kid was a nerd in the old sense of like you're smart, but most kids now are nerds. Like, they're into their one thing and they're really into it and causing melees at Minecraft.
That's what
Like, being a nerd now is kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I agree.
Problem
Don't
solved.
remake that one.
Yeah.
Number 2, Goonies.
Oh, they could remake Goonies.
I heard they were.
Oh, well, maybe
I
they
heard
are.
that rumor that they were going to remake Goonies.
Well, I think that's definitely one you can pretty easily remake, for sure, 100%. Maybe they shouldn't.
Maybe it's a sequel?
I don't know, but I don't see any problem. From what I remember of that movie, I don't think there would be anything that would prevent
No,
you from.
right here it says there is a sequel in the works.
Okay,
So it'll be like the kids as adults?
that's not as exciting as the kids, I don't think, but we'll see.
Who was the hot brother? Josh Brolin.
Oh, is that him?
Adult Josh Brolin is still hot.
Yeah, 100%.
I bet you. Oh, and what's her name? The cast would be good. If they get the cast to come back on that one, I might not hate
Martha
it.
Plimpton, is she in that one?
How did you pull that out of your ass?
Martha Plimpton?
Yeah.
She's, cool.
She's in a lot of stuff. Like the nerdy friend, right?
Yeah, the blonde
Yeah.
gal. Now she plays bad guys and everything.
Yes, now she does play back. And she was in Raising Hope.
I loved that show.
Yeah, I like her. She's had a good career. So if those people come back, I'm not mad at that one.
Okay.
Never Ending Story.
Oh, you could remake that too.
You think?
Yeah. What would be wrong with it?
Okay, everything would be computer animate.
Yeah.
I think the charm of that movie is the puppets.
We could do it with puppets again. I don't think it's stuck. I don't think it's trapped to a specific moment, a kid with a dream or a problem or whatever.
I mean, that movie is delightfully horrible.
The dog thing is so cute.
Falcor.
Falcor. Was there a band called Falcor too?
Falco.
Falco. That was a single guy. They shouldn't
Was that
remake
the-
him.
Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. That was that?
Yeah,
Look at us.
I think so. Okay.
You think yes to that one?
So if the question is, do I think they should ruin the whole aesthetic?
Just
and-
something that should
nostalgia.
never be remade. Yeah, I think kids nowadays have so many things that are so much more epic and so good to watch. You wouldn't want to watch the new version of the Never-Ending Story, even if the graphics were great and the...
I think my feeling is that it could be okay to watch, but I get why you're saying it. It depends on the amount of nostalgia and the story itself. I don't remember if it was that great. I mostly just remember
it's pretty
that-
horrible.
Just remember the dog thing.
And Atreyu losing his horse
Oh yeah,
and the darkness.
I thought that was the last unicorn.
Oh, okay. That's not Gen X, I don't think.
That's probably a little earlier.
But I love that
They're
movie.
all sad. What's the last dinosaur too, or something like that? Jeez, everything was the last. I guess we were very into the environment and what we would lose in our lifetimes and stuff like that.
Okay, so Labyrinth was the next one on that list. And I think that's in the same thing where like Ghostbusters could be that too. Did you see the new Ghostbusters that they remade?
No,
None of them?
no.
So the one with the three gals,
Mhm.
a thumbs down.
Okay.
And then the one that had Paul Rudd,
Mm-hmm.
I thought was pretty good. But like the whole point is that you want the things to look crappy.
They could still make them look cheesy and crappy,
Do
but
you
they want to make them look better.
I don't think you can.
Just talking about camp here, or
No, but like once you have the technology to make things look good and then make things easier to produce, really, right?
with Wicked, with the set and kind of keeping some of that look and feel, but while adding other things. You could do something like that, I think, with the right art direction.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
As long as it's not all done with, AI generated or, whatever.
So when you watch Friends and Neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
they go back to when John Hamm's character's young and do
Uh-huh.
like a quick little last
Thing on us.
30 years of his life. The AI on it was so good.
I mean,
Like the way that they can change character, now it's not noticeable like it was for a while.
yeah. Well, it only takes a matter of time. The more people use it, the better it gets.
I was
Okay.
like, ooh.
Thought he was handsome.
Okay. So this wasn't on the list, but my Gen X movie that I think should never be remade is Reality Bites.
I think that makes more sense to me. Or Singles.
Oh, that was going to be my next one, I said.
Yeah. Those two really did just fit the time. I mean, you could rewrite another story with Friends, but
Clerks is sort of the same.
yeah. The Gen X,
Like where it's the story, you can't.
no, you should keep those intact because, yeah, they're like a historical record. If you tried to remake it, you'd just be making a new historical record.
Yeah, what it's like to be a person in your
Yeah.
early 20s.
You'd just make another one about this day and age. It wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
You're
so
going
that's
to assist me in the production. Remember that? Oh.
no. What's that from?
When she's trying to get a job and she ends up going to that porn shop and he just wants her to record porn onto different tape.
And I loved Janine Garofalo in that.
I did too.
Oh, so good.
I love her. There's a Janine Garofalo story where she's telling it. She's like, I went into this coffee shop and the girl behind the counter said, does anybody ever tell you look like that Janine Garofalo lady? And she's like, I have heard that before. And the girl goes, what happened to her? She's like, I don't know.
That's funny. Famous would be horrible. I would hate it.
It would, especially being kid famous and then coming out of it. And then you're a grown up and people are like,
Yeah, no. I'd rather, if I was going to be famous, I want to be famous at like 70. You're not like stressed about what people think
Probably.
anymore.
yeah.
But then it would be like exhaust,
Yeah, as long as I don't have
Ugh.
to travel.
But you have more money, you have more time. I
Yeah.
don't know. So that was the quick Gen X list.
Did we talk about the coming out of Kelly Clarkson?
What?
Yeah, I think she's going to come out.
Oh my God.
She's my favorite, one of my favorites people.
I think we were talking about this today. Women or people in general that get better looking the older they get.
Yeah.
I think that's her.
I mean,
I think she's gotten better looking as time has progressed.
that could be. I think
Maybe it's just
she was, I
her
thought she was
vibe
hot when she, but yeah, I think she's a really talented person and that always makes you more attractive. But so she did the song where she did
oh my God.
Josie's on a vacation far away, yada, yada, yada. And then this was when she does all the covers. And then the camera came around and then she sang, I like my girls a little bit older. And then she winked at the camera. So people went
You've
all nutty.
played this for me like a million times.
I remember. No, we did it on the last podcast. But
And you've
anyway,
texted it to me 3 times.
well, that's so you understand it. I don't feel like you understand it. And then she did Follow Your Arrow, where she says you can kiss lots of boys or kiss lots of girls if that's what you're into. No wink this time because she knew she can't break the internet.
How old is Kelly Clarkson? How much of a fan are you?
40. I'm not that. I want there to be some things for us to discuss when we see each other. But she said,
I'm going to look it up. I'm pretty sure she's my age.
I think she's 40. Oh,
she's 42.
Okay. She's a Taurus.
She's 6 months younger than me. So we'll say she'd be in my graduating class. Yeah. So I think she's just over relationships, right?
She said her daughter doesn't think she should date. So
how old's her daughter?
Older. Alvin? I don't know. Like I keep telling you.
You don't know the details. You just know you love her.
I love her because of her talent and because
If I was a betting woman, I'm going with not a lesbian. Sorry to crush.
It doesn't really matter.
You could still be friends.
Yeah, I don't care. I love her. And I think we'd be friends. No problemo. So I'm not even worried.
But I'd go with she's just not into relationships right now. She's just doing her own thing, figuring out who she is, looking good.
She's been doing that.
Having her show. Do you ever watch her show or just clips?
Just clips. I just watch the cover clips of the songs. Not like I stop my day at 3 or whatever time it's on and go and watch her show.
I would like if I could do that.
You'd watch daytime TV?
Oh my God, yes.
Really?
Yes. I know I cannot call my mom at certain times a day because she has her shows on.
Wow. My mom watches...
I don't know how she even watches live TV anymore.
Days of Our Lives. Yeah, I mean, they watch it on their cable box.
No, my mom doesn't have cable.
Oh, I don't know then. Then she watches over-the-air broadcasting? They do have antennas.
But she's like, oh, I gotta go. My View is on. I gotta go watch The View.
My stories are on. Is that how she talks?
No, stories. Who calls them stories?
I don't know.
Is that what your mom calls them?
I don't think so. But she just says Days of Our Lives. She watches that. Or
Has she watched that like forever?
Yeah, well, I don't know. So at some point she got hooked on it, and then I think she gave it up because she's like, nothing ever happens on this show.
Yeah.
Because I think I was like, oh, is that Stefano? Is he still on there? Is he still with Marlena? Or, whatever it was. But I remember the names of the people, and I was, oh, look, it's Kayla.
My mom did watch General Hospital.
Okay. Luke and Laura on that one, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
There was a song. He sang it. All I Need.
Oh, my God.
I know. I pulled that one out.
Well,
okay. So
that's what we got.
Yeah. But I think there was another thing I wanted to show you.
Space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth.
That's what we're talking about.
And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. Number two, have you been? Have you been?
What do you mean, have we been, Gail? Of course we haven't been to space. We ain't got that kind of money.
Okay. That was the other thing. The ladies went to space.
Yes.
I was sad.
Well,
that it did not implode with Jeff Bezos' new wife in it.
Well, there's a lot of hate for Katy Perry. I don't have that much hate for her. But
why her specifically?
Why is it Katy hate specifically?
Yeah, like why does anyone hate her more than Gayle King or the other lady? Who else went? I don't know.
Well,
other than Jeff Bezos' wife. Those are the three I know.
There's another woman that was on there that I think what's unfortunate is that she had wanted to be an astronaut. She was going to school for it.
Yeah.
And she was sexually assaulted in college, and then she ended up dropping out of college to go and fight for herself. And then she ended up getting laws passed in this country for something to do with sexual assault for kids in college, girls in college, or probably.
100% support that lady going on this space mission.
And then she took it from there. After winning there, she went to other countries and passed it in other countries. She has been pushing this. Okay. So this was an opportunity for her, finally, after all this time, to go into space.
What does this have to do with Katy Perry?
The bummer is that people are so pissed that Katy Perry went to space that they can't understand that it was a big deal for this other woman who did good things for other people.
Okay. Why can't you hate Katy Perry and be happy for that lady?
I think that's the lesson. But unfortunately,
I had not heard about that lady.
Americans struggle with that. And I know that's
well, but why do people hate Katy Perry more than anyone? That's what I don't get. Why are they so mad at Katy Perry? Did she do something?
I just think people just turn on you eventually when you're a female performer like that.
I've always thought she was pretty annoying.
Yeah, I mean, so I like Katy Perry in doses. I thought she was good on American Idol
Ugh.
when she was on. I thought she was fun to watch there. And
She was always too much. Too much with the outfits. Too much with she's just too much.
For some people, she's too much, and now space is way too much, I guess.
How much did all these ladies pay? Do you know that?
I don't know that they charged them, but
Really?
I mean, maybe. I think they were invited as a publicity
Whose
stunt.
rocket was it?
Bezos, right?
So his lady didn't pay. Obs.
No, and I don't think the NASA woman that wanted to be in NASA had to pay. I don't think Gayle King had to pay. I don't think they did. It was just a publicity stunt. And
That's weird. I would have picked
lost?
other people if it was a publicity stunt.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not.
And I would have also told my twat wife that she couldn't go.
Oh, your twat wife.
Fiance.
Your twat wife, fiance.
She's
Well,
gross.
She's not.
How long did they go?
11 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah. If I'm hearing things right. This is all from, I haven't researched this or any of it. I did see the story about the NASA girl, but I don't really know what they're saying about Katy Perry in space, but I do know,
It happened. They came back. That's it.
Yep. And they didn't even go to space. They went close to space.
But they broke our atmosphere?
Yeah, I don't really know.
I mean, taking off would be enough to make me. There's no way I would ever do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either. Well, that I might do if I knew it was only going to be 11 minutes, but I just don't think I'd get into a Jeff Bezos dick rocket because it just looks gross and I don't want to be a part of that.
Agreed. And I don't want to be around other women in a contained unit for that long, ever.
Well, I wouldn't care about that, but I do think that...
You don't think Gayle King was just talking and being annoying the whole time? I mean, I don't know. Maybe these ladies are all great when they're just hanging out, but I feel bad for a lady that wanted to be an astronaut and has done good things in her life that she's stuck in that thing for 11 minutes with those vapid human beings.
Publicity hounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all gross. So does most of the internet not like it?
I think most of the internet does not like it. And I think, like I said, I think that the accomplishments of that one woman are being ignored and that's kind of a bummer.
They should have had all these women that did want to have to do with space or worked at NASA or know anything about anything in that area. Then it would have been interpreted totally different.
I don't know what's going on culturally right now, but yeah, it's a little bit tone deaf, I think. The whole thing is a little bit tone deaf for him. I don't think he's going to get more people paying the $1 million it costs normal people to go.
Is that what they're trying to be like? Oh, look, it's safe. Now you can buy a ticket to go to not even real space for 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's not I don't know that they explicitly said that, but it was obviously a publicity stunt to show that and then they came down in a little pod and not in the spaceship. So it just shoots up and then ejects. I mean,
weird.
It's all I think that's what it reminded me of when they were coming down from space. No, that should be for astronaut people.
Not Oprah's best friend.
Yeah, and Katy Perry.
A pop star.
Yeah, there's someone else on there too.
Okay, last thing, and then we're hanging up.
Okay, so this is a fire alarm disrupts a romantic book event, causing firefighters to walk into a room full of women.
Oh.
Do you guys know Abby Jimenez? This is Abby. She writes really good books. She's a #1 New York Times bestseller. So this is for the audience. This is a question for them. Are any of you single? They asked me to ask that.
These poor guys. So it's funny because men talk a little bit about that women don't want men. You know what I mean? Like women don't care about men.
Yeah.
Just go be a firefighter if you want women.
Yep. Lumberjack.
Go to a romantic book event for women.
Construction.
Go to-
Construction all the way.
Go.
Yes.
If you don't want to work in construction,
If you're a straight man looking to get straight women, know how to swing a hammer or lift some pallets or, you know, any of that shit gets the job done.
and you don't have to be huge or ripped.
Nope.
Just do a couple of that things
Yep.
and go to a romantic book club dressed like a lumberjack or whatever you have to do.
And don't have any neck beard and you're okay. You're okay. Okay. What are you hanging? Oh, you went last time.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I hung up on Winter a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And here
And
it
it's
comes.
back. Ugh.
You shouldn't have said anything.
So mad. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
It's going to be freaking cold. So I'm not going to leave my house. Oh, I can't do that. I have shit to do. So I'm giving up. Okay, I'm not going to eat out anymore for a little bit. And I don't even do it that much, but I'm feeling not very good because I'm eating kind of crappy. So I'm going to start eating better again.
I think I gave that up last week where I said I'm not going to have my social events be eating out so much.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I also hung up on 3 other things and then changed my mind.
I gave up socks.
Yeah, that was easy. That was a good one. Yeah.
So I'm going to have to put them back on.
But it's only going to be for a day. Don't even worry about it. Just stay inside.
I might give up on pants for a little bit.
Just
Any
any pants?
I'm really into overalls.
Oh, okay. Sure.
They're so comfortable.
You're breathable.
They're breathable.
Yeah.
When I sit down, I feel like my stomach is happier.
Yep.
Not having a band. So,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's like spring is good overall weather.
I think so.
I can do the short ones. I can do the long pant ones.
Yeah. The weather.
So I think I'm going to hang up on pants.
Okay. The weather here's funny. I haven't really nailed down the what to wear yet here.
Oh,
because like it's hot in the day and then it's cold at night. So I'm not like, I don't know if I want to commit to shorts.
Layers. You need all the layers in Colorado.
Shorts, yeah, but shorts are like you just change. There's not.
No, yeah.
So
you could do the outdoorsy look where they like zip off to shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about rocking that.
I will not do that. But
probably smart.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who could pull that off.
Really
Maybe like
there are women who do it, but it looks weird and I always think they look stupid. But I don't, not stupid is a big word, but
an outdoor enthusiast who like takes people on guided tours. Like they can pull that off.
That's the one.
Yeah, not you.
That's the person.
Not me either. So I'm giving up on pants and you're giving up on or hanging up on. We're hanging up.
We're hanging up, not giving
up. I don't even know.
Don't give up, girl.
You're hanging up on.
I don't know. I never know. I'm giving up on
hanging up.
Hanging up. I'm giving up on perfection. You know what I'm giving up on? American Idol, because it's now faith-based.
Are you really not going to watch?
I don't think so. I mean, some of the singers are really good, but I do get tired of the preachiness of it.
I know.
It's very bizarrely preachy.
I hate it.
I mean, Adam Lambert came out of that. Kelly Clarkson came out of that. That's not. I don't need extra church.
And then they show like the people in the audience with the hands raised and the waving. I'm like, oh, gross.
Maybe that's the way people used to feel when they had like, a guy being queen on there or something like that. But
well, if you give up, then if you hang up on that, then I have to too because I have no one else to talk to about it.
Yeah.
Because my mom also didn't do it this year because she was so mad at what's her ass? Country gal.
Oh, Carrie Underwood. Yeah.
She was so mad that Carrie Underwood did the Trump thing. So
I get it. I get it. But yeah, so I'll give up on that and I'll keep watching The Voice.
Ooh, okay, I'll switch.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Sorry it wasn't more organized, but at least it was short.
Bye.
Bye.
And you're supposed to like, follow, subscribe.
Like, follow, and subscribe at Hanging Up Podcast on YouTube.
Boom.
Boom. Bye-bye.